It's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show with Lady Luck, Bad Bunny, and I go by Miss Lissa. We gon' wake that ass up. Alright, it's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show, and Cheese Show. We give you what you need, yo. You need, yo. Every 3 times a week, yo. A week, yo. It's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show, and Cheese Show.
Yeah, bacon, egg, and cheese, about to wake that ass up. Girl, who is you playing with? Wake that ass up. Told your big daddy when you wake your ass up. Yo, what is you waiting for? Wake that ass up.
After we do the show, then stop. Then what? Subscribe it like it's hot. After we do the show, then stop. Now what? Subscribe it like it's hot. Now subscribe it like it's hot. Now subscribe it like it's hot. BEC, so subscribe it like it's hot. So subscribe it like it's hot. So subscribe it like it's hot. BEC, so subscribe it like it's hot. So subscribe it like it's hot. Subscribe it like it's hot. Let's get in tune with our guest. Welcome back, Albe.
Oh man, thank you. Thank
His
you.
name says it all. He said he was gonna be back. He back.
Good.
Now, you have some things for what we were told. You know, we're gonna have a great show here on Bacon, Egg, and Cheese. If you're new, Miss Lissa, Lady Luck, Babs Bunny, and our special guest Albe. We're gonna chop up some hot topics, dish the dirt, and serve it to you raw. But today we have an advocate for fathers because of a lot of chatter in the news with Kanye and Kim and all of these things. And we know that lady.
I don't want to interrupt you. But Beyonce had the best video of all time.
Baby, and you know,
I
know that.
Listen. I would say, I'm the fourth member of this group, and we all know that. Like, we see what's going on.
Are you the bread?
All the guys
Are you the bread?
We see what's going on, you know. And so, like, I missed you guys. Last time I talked to you guys, I was in the hotel and shit. And then I miss Luck. And I see Babs now that I'm following. You know, it's like I gotta talk. I gotta be here. You know.
Well, welcome back. You're the bread.
Yeah.
He's our special guest host. He's beyond a guest, family now because he is very close with Lady Luck and she's sharing her connections with Babs and I. So we're excited to have you. So I mean, let's just dive right in because I had to tap in and go look at some stuff because we would talk about this topic even if Albe wasn't here. So it's great to have someone who's actually tapped in and tuned in. So we all know that Kim Ye is no longer. Kanye and Kim are going through some things, and the top on the list being a divorce. They're separating. But in this separation, they both moved on a little hastily, and Kim has her new boo around her children, and she also has her daughter doing some things on social media, and Kanye is not pleased. He took to his new Instagram account, and he's been sharing some things. It was hard for him to make an appearance at his daughter Chicago's birthday party. His daughter is all over social media on platforms that he does not appreciate, and he has vocalized this to her mother, and she's still on these platforms. A new video has released on TikTok in which Northwest is wearing gothic makeup, and she is proclaiming she wants to love on some kind of emotional or emo girl or something, and Kanye was not pleased, so he expressed this, and now everyone has an opinion. Speaking of opinions, everyone on the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show has one. So whenever you're ready, dive right in.
Okay, I don't know if everybody's followed it this weekend. Kanye had some post and delete. He was basically expressing his feelings about what's going on. Northwest was in a video with some gothic makeup on, and you know how they do the voiceovers. It was her, I think, Courtney's daughter, and it was Kim in the video. And Kanye has expressed that, one, he wanted to even start a Christian TikTok. He has been very vocal about this TikTok thing, if you've been following the Kanye West story. But he's also said that he didn't want North on there. So this weekend, Kanye expressed to us how the best way he could communicate, because it seems that it's been difficult for them to get on the same page. So he expressed how he felt. And then he got a text message from Skeet Pete out of nowhere, and antagonizing him, sending pictures in the bed and things of that nature. And it's been on social media. It's been all over social media, so I'm pretty sure we all have an opinion on what's going on.
And we're waiting for yours.
Okay, I was just bringing the people.
Baby, you said the same thing I said, Pootie Tang. Let's go.
Okay, not Pootie Tang. I was just bringing it to
That
you.
was a great reference.
It's Monday. It's Monday.
We
Relax,
waiting.
because There were some points that weren't brought in. So if somebody
Okay,
was
but okay.
okay, I'm gonna let you finish.
No, we want your opinion. How do you feel?
So that if you listen, I'm gonna tell you. So anyway,
I love it. Where's my egg?
So all you gotta do is listen, and I'm gonna tell you. So basically, how I feel about the whole Kanye situation is, of course, all of us, most of us would appreciate if they'd be able to communicate and it not be in the public eye, you know. But when you're dealing with a family who is manipulative with the media, and you have the media on their side, certain things could be spinned a certain way. So with Kanye not giving nobody an interview, him going straight to his platform and it going out, and he gets to control the narrative and tell people what's going on. We all agree that I think it's out of control that North is on TikTok, especially when her father expressed that he does not like her on TikTok. There's a couple of other things that he has said that he doesn't appreciate, and they continue to do it. Kanye let us in a little bit about him setting up events for North to come visit, and Kim makes it difficult for North to spend time with her father. Also, I think Pete Davidson was out of control, even though Kanye, you burying him in the video was a little much, but that's artistic. But I think Skeet texting him, "I'm in the bed with your bitch" and all that. I think that, especially when you see people and such an emotional breakup, and you see things are really at a high level, I think it's best if you stay out of this situation and let them handle it. You know what I mean? So me personally, I think it's an unfortunate situation. But definitely, my heart goes out to Kanye, and I pray that him and Kim could do things amicably.
Right.
Bunny, Albe, who wants to jump in next?
Well, first of all, I'm just gonna say if it was me, okay? Because I'm not really too big on, I can't really comment too much because I'm not inside to know all of the details. I'm just saying if it was me, from what I see, I definitely don't think Homeboy Skeet did that without Kim not knowing, because I can't even imagine being in the bed with my shorty or just with my shorty, and they texting my baby daddy or my ex-husband, and they going back and forth, and I don't know nothing about it. So I feel like if it was me, I would have had to okay that.
Do you think it's from her phone?
I don't know who phone.
Because why would Pete have the phone number?
I'm just saying.
She gave Pete the phone number.
I would just say I would have to okay that in order, because if it wasn't okay with me, then it would be a problem. Like, yo, you wilding, and then the fact that it was posted, I would have to be okay with that too. You understand what I'm saying?
Who screenshot that? Right.
So I'm just saying, like, so that's how I look at it. And if I'm okay with that shit, then that's really like, I'm not really fucking with my ex like that or no type of levels. Now, when it comes down to parenting, I just feel like fathers, when a relationship break up, a lot of the times the mothers get the say so, right? The kid is with the mother, and it's like, when if the father say, "Oh, I like this," the mother like, "Yeah, well, I want it done," and then it's done. I don't think that should be allowed. I kind of feel sorry for men who the women leave them, and now they can't interact with their child. I just want to give this as an example. I got a friend, he's a father, and his baby mother left him. She cheated on him, and she left him. And he told me that what hurt him the most is not that she cheated. He was hurt about that, but that the fact he could not be in the house with his daughter the way that he was every day. You know what I'm saying? He was used to putting his daughter to sleep, feeding her, doing schoolwork with her, and that was ripped away from him. And so he said that hurt him the most. Then she got in a new relationship and had another dude in the crib, and he sees his daughter more than he's seeing my friend daughter more than he could see his daughter. Because she going mad hard, like, oh yeah, she got this, and she putting her in all these programs and shit to make it hard for him to see the kid. I just think that that's extra. I don't like it, and I just feel like the father should have the same rights as the mother when they both are good parents. That's how I feel when it comes down to co-parenting.
sometimes I feel even more. I'm sorry, like in a way, like it should be on Earth. It should be like a 51-49 thing because during the pregnancy, you guys share the heartbeat with the child. That's something that we don't share. You know what I mean? However, if I if I took a if I took an apple from China and ate it and planted the seed in Australia, is it an Australian tree or is it an apple tree? You know what I mean? Does it turn into a new fruit? The seed is the person. You know what I mean? You are what your father is. And so why you would do something, why you would reason a certain way, as you're developing, especially 7, 8, 9, 10, those years, man, yo, you need that voice around that went through it, that was it before. You know what I mean? Especially if he's vocally dope. You know what I mean, to your kid. Like if you have a father that isn't verbally abusive or physically abusive, they should be around their father all the time. Now
Yeah,
we,
definitely.
you know what I mean, just to get mannerisms. If the person's a cool person, and like I think when we say, oh, we seen this in the media about Kanye or that, I think a lot of times we be watching replays of one moment a lot. You know what I mean? As opposed to how many times my dad got angry, or how many times, you know what I mean, or the things that I heard. Where we're from, we grew up before the camera phone and all that. So, I think raising a 9-year-old is different for Kanye right now. Like to me, my daughter's about to be 10 in March 29th, and it'll be my first time raising a 10-year-old. And I gotta be, flexible to the moment that we're in right now to say if that person could handle that right now, right? So I think I'm just adding my 2 cents in of the moment yesterday of what we saw. I think he said something about like, yo, I try to have the kids come to the Donda experience, which is like their grandmother, and their naming lights, a celebration for the moment and the hard work of the family. And then it was like a manipulation thing with the North, right? He was like how they put the kids on the plane and then they say, oh, well, North's not on the plane after they get, you know what I mean? After they get through baggage claim and shit. Or not even that, after they get through all of the experience of being on the plane and then finally tell me that the one that's a sponge right now, it's not really much of the age, it's not really much of the person or just daughter about or when it's the daughter, like the 8-year-old, the 9-year-old, they need to see those things. You remember those things of what happened to you when you was 8 and 9. And so I think in this moment, that's what I'm praying for, because my daughter's 10, and I it hurts like hell to see a father who wants his kid and wants to take him to, and it was interesting to hear the things that he's doing. Right? It's not like, remember back in the day, it was like, no, you ain't taking Babs with you because you're going to be on the block all day, nigga. And I don't want my daughter out there in the courts. It's not that at all. It's like church, a birthday. Like, what are we talking about? You know what I mean?
You could definitely tell that she is, because I'm an advocate for healthy co-parenting. So you can tell that she definitely is doing things to get a rise out of him, and she knows how to manipulate. I mean, both of them know how to manipulate the media, but you can tell, at the end of the day, if the father, I'm like that too, if the father or either parent expresses, okay, I don't want North on TikTok, she should respect it. And you could tell that she's doing this to troll him and putting that makeup on. You could be like, you know what you're doing, and you know that you're pushing certain buttons. But the question I want to ask you, the panel, is: do you feel like she introduced the children to Pete too soon? Do you feel like she should have waited before even having him around her children?
Well, have they been around her children? Do we know that?
Wasn't he at the birthday party?
No,
I'm not
because him
sure.
and Kanye
Let's go
had a fight.
let's go to our expert, Albe. Has he been around the children?
I don't see any of that. I don't see that from my angle of anything.
Okay.
You know what I mean? What I see is when it comes to being introducing your someone around your kids, you know, we gotta ask, you know, that's adults. You know what I mean? You could fall in love with somebody in a week and that be the person, you know, for that you can trust. And then, you know, but if there's somebody expresses what they care about, then you gotta compromise because you signed a forever contract. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the kids are always going to be able to want their parents to be happy, but if it's forced, that's what I'm saying. I called Luck and I was like, is this a bigger conversation? Is it not just Kim and Kanye? Is it like, could we use them as examples so that this shit could stop? Could we like really have a co-parenting?
Yeah, we're talking about co-parenting.
Yeah, because the conversation is not. We're never gonna change them. So, do I care about somebody being around my daughter? 100%. But the safety aspect of what my daughter has to experience, I don't think mothers today know that they're on camera, you know, that the social media does exist. So that can happen where you look crazy. You know what I mean? You could it looks crazy if it doesn't work out, right? If her and Skeet don't work out and she does have him around the kids, then the next person, it looks crazy. It just keeps looking crazier. Back in the day, or back in our day, we didn't have that. We didn't have a camera on us all the time. So it's going to be very difficult for us.
Yeah, Block was the camera.
I was just about to say that. I was about to say, but we had nosy neighbors, and our children could see.
The niggas on the block was damn sure
I was
talking.
just thinking that.
But not recorded, you know?
Yeah, that's true. But let me just say this real quick, because I grew up in a co-parenting situation. My mother and my father co-parent. So I'm just speaking from that experience. And shout out to my mother, because my father did a lot of shit that I didn't know until I was grown. Because my mother made sure that her children did not know that. Yeah. Anyway, that had nothing.
Can't hear you. Yeah. Okay.
Can you hear me now? That had nothing to do with their relationship. She allowed me and my father she allowed him to be my father without her emotions, because he did some crazy shit to my mom's, which a lot of chicks I see wouldn't have been able to handle that and probably would have been like, yeah, you can't see your kid, blah, blah, blah. My father lived 25 minutes away from me. I seen my father 5 to 6 days a week. I never had anything going on in my life that my father was not there for that was important to me. I never seen my mother and father argue. I've never seen it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's dope. You saying it's possible, and that's what's dope.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so like you know, even talking to Ye, he looks at me and he be like, "Yo, man, you like it's difficult what I had to go through, being alone. I was alone. It wasn't just my situation. It wasn't just, oh, you got to handle it like this. I didn't have a mom and a family to give me the tools of how to handle a woman. You know what I mean? I stumbled upon being a man in that regard. It's mad difficult. And at any given point, I could have been on some TMZ shit where you just seen part of my argument. You know what I mean? But that's back in the day where I didn't see my mom and I did. They went at it. But like, I don't ever want my daughter to see me in a state where I'm not my best self. However, in this world, yo, I gotta say it out loud. The fuck is going on here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I feel cornered and I feel trapped, everybody gotta hear when that happens, because if something happens in another domino that y'all don't know, you know what I mean? Then there's questions to be raised. I think it's ironic that a trailer comes out for, you know, the Hulu Kardashian show today. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's ironic that you know, you see him smiling and they're
Who's
picking
him?
at
Who's him?
Kanye West or Ye. You know what I mean? Same thing happened to me though, but there was nobody there for me. That shit fucking is painful. You know what I mean? When you just like, not 6 months ago, I had to go, okay, well, you look at my daughter, you look at Caitlin, and you be like, man, she looks so like she has it all together. And you don't know the pain that she has to go through being in a split home. These moments for these kids is like bigger than us. You know what I mean? This is like bigger than us. I really, really feel that. I feel like it's different with technology. Having the TikTok conversation is important because if if you knew he didn't want that, and then you did that, and then you have a trailer coming out on Monday, that's abusive a little bit to me.
Yeah,
On my
it's like you tried to trigger him. It's like you purposely tried to trigger him. But I have a question. Is it possible people make better decisions before we have children with people? There were things that I've seen, and I'm not pointing the finger at Kanye, but I've seen it with a lot of different people. For instance, my ex had a sister. Well, has a sister. Straight out of high school, rushed over to my house. You know, we live in together. I'm like, your sister need to calm down. She need to go to college. She's speeding. She got a boyfriend. You know, they speeding. He got a good job at Chase. Long story short, they're not married anymore. They have 2 kids, and now she's out here. In the end of the story, but in the beginning, I was trying to warn her, like, yo, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. You know, there's people who've tried to be warned, or, you know, a hoe's gonna be a hoe, and not every hoe is a hoe, but I like hoes. But, you know, I'm not shitting on the hoes. But if we know certain things and we know how we got people, is it possible that sometimes, you know, afterwards we're just reaping the benefits of this tree that you spoke of, this apple tree? I could go plant a tree in Australia, and the seed, but did I plant my seed?
nobody
But you
burst.
just never know, because I was in a very healthy relationship with my daughter's father. Like, if you would have thought about, like, everybody thought that we were just going to be together because we started as friends, then we were together. I mean, we were not married before we had my daughter, but she was no mistake. And what people don't understand is that when women get pregnant, their hormones change. And I feel like that's a main thing that people need to understand, that the woman's hormones are going to change. And there's certain things that she might do now that she may not have done before, maybe shorter fuses, just different things. And then even after she has the baby, it takes like up to a year to get back to that hormonal same state. So I feel like you're not the same person. So even though you thought you knew me, you don't, nigga, because now my hormones is different. So it's like we have to be prepared to get through that and understand. And the same thing for a man. He never got a woman pregnant before. Men get pregnancy cravings the same way. Like, you're both pregnant, and so you're not the same person. So it's about having understanding and compassion and knowing, are we going to hold each other down or not? And then even if you don't last, like my daughter's father and I have a show. Please don't do that. Like, you watch the show. Don't do that. But yeah, I just feel like you don't really know the person. When they're pregnant, it's not the same person. So it's like, even if you thought it was a key situation, it might change afterwards. And it's about understanding that the children are most important. My daughter's father and I, he just had another baby. This woman is welcome to sit at the table. I want to do dinners. I think we should still do family vacations. I told my daughter, this is not your stepbrother. This is your brother, okay? These are your siblings. And I feel like it's up to us to really lay a steady and healthy foundation for our children and put ourselves in the back burner. It's about these kids, and people don't understand that. You use the kids as pawns. You using the kid. You talking about North not on the plane. You knew North was supposed to be on that plane, and women are doing that in Hollywood, and they're doing that in Harlem. They're doing that in the projects, and they're doing that in the hills. It's like women of all creeds, colors, wealthy status are using their children. So we have to stop that. We really do.
Do you think we have to? Do you think it's up to us to step in as the public when they make it public? Like, do you think?
I mean,
to pick
you're
a
giving
side,
people
like,
the option.
Yeah.
I mean,
Giving them an option.
it is social media, and so whenever you make something public, people are going to give their opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just is what it is right there. I just think it's a sad situation. The children do matter. A lot of people don't think about the children. And for instance, like my father had went to visit my brother that lived in the South, and my mother's remarried. My father and my stepfather mad cool. My brother was like, yo, nigga, did you come see me or did you come see this nigga? Because my father and my stepfather was blowing cigars together. They chilling. And my brother like, yo, you spending more time with this nigga than me. So at the end of the day, it can happen. You know what I'm saying? I am a prime example of it. I grew up in a co-parenting situation. My father remarried. I got a great stepmother. I got a great stepfather. I got stepbrothers, stepsisters on both sides. And it's a lit situation and everybody get along. And one other thing I want to say too is that when people were talking about, oh, Kanye moved right across the street from her, he a stalker. One of my friends has said, like, yo, I wish my father lived across the street from me.
Real shit.
He said that. He said, yo, if I could just go be like, all right, ma, I'll be back. I'm going across the street to dad's house. He was like, that would have been lit. But everybody thinking in their mind, not thinking about what how the child is going to feel. I just can't imagine having my son taken away from me, like, oh, the relationship over, and then shorty be like, yeah, I'm taking the kid. Then, like, at the end of the day, when your life is completely changing, it's not an easy thing to deal with. And people pointing the fingers. Breakups are not easy to deal with, especially when there are children involved. It's whole families involved. You got to remember, you're not just breaking up with that one person. You're breaking up with families, friends. It's a lot of layers to that shit. And when you spend years, and when you not with somebody that you had in your mind you was going to be with until the day you die, that's not an easy hit. So for people to sit back and act like, oh, it's whatever, it's not whatever. Like, niggas better stop acting like they never been through a breakup or some real shit before. It is not whatever. It's really not.
Another big part of the conversation is technology for me. Right? Because everything us three could say what we went through as kids is not what North is going through and my daughter is going through with technology. You say like, all right, a crackhead could have 5 great influences in his life, but he talks to the drug dealer a little different. Now, I'm not calling baby mothers or baby fathers like drug dealers, but they know that TikTok crack or that technology crack is the thing where they be like, well, if dad don't like TikTok, why would I want to go over there? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, but you're holding a thing that it's clearly an addiction to the undeveloped mind. These 9-year-olds and these 10-year-olds that like crave attention. Here's this thing that there's lawsuits on TikTok. There's a whole bunch of like train of thought with TikTok that we could talk about that could be like, yo, for real? Like some real like Pied Piper shit going on, right? And it's like, why are they addicted? But when you use that, it's different. Every conversation that we said, my brother, we did this, that had nothing to do with like a 9-year-old addict. I'm not calling North that, I'm calling all of them that. You feel what I'm saying? My kid, you would call me a good father. I'm there every day, y'all. Every day, intricate conversations, going to sleep, school, homework, rides, talks. I'm there. And I didn't even know about her TikTok account.
Wow.
How did she hide it from me? Me. The phone I got her, I know everything. It tells me everything. And how is she able to do and know all that? It's so quick in this world. Are we still dealing with the idea of parent and kid, or is technology and like influence, like, is that a big message that Ye is saying? Because when you think about it, it's like, you know, I hear everybody going, oh, well, he knew the person that he was with, but then they knew the person that they was with. An outspoken creative mind who, when the camera's on him, likes to have it designed a certain way, right? When the camera's on your kid in TikTok, it's whatever. I don't like Katie looking like whatever. She could lift her arms and not really look at herself. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of little things that I don't trust the editor. You know what I mean?
These kids are very smart with technology. They are way smarter than us. I'm gonna tell you some funny shit real quick. So my homeboy calls me, and then he's like, "Yo," he said, my granddaughter, he said 3 or 4. He said he caught her watching some shit that he didn't want her to watch, some type of inappropriate cartoon. He told her, turn it off, you can't watch that. He said about an hour later, he caught her watching it again. So now he told her, you can't watch TV no more. It's a dub. You can't watch TV. And so he said later on that day, he let her watch the Disney Channel. But he said he had to run downstairs for something, and so she was upstairs. But anyway, long story short, he said later on he hears the same music from the show he told her not to watch. So he goes in the room. The shit is not on TV. Why, when he went downstairs, Shorty turned to the shit and recorded it on her tablet, on her iPad. Like, yeah, nigga, and then on the low trying to watch. This is how. So he said, yo, I didn't know if I was to be mad or like, yo, you mad smart. It's like so confusing. Like, it was like, yo.
And Caitlyn the snitch on herself. So just the other day, 3 days ago, and I don't think she heard me. I know she heard. I know she knows I heard her. But she goes, I forgot my password. There's all these fucking passwords. It's too much to remember. So I forgot. And she goes, oh man, I know a way around your password. And I was like, you know what I mean? She said, I know how to sign in without. You know what I mean? And I was like, it's gonna send to my Gmail. She said, I know how to do that too. And this is turning 10 in March 29th. But we're so enamored.
Can you tell us what she did though? So just in case for any, you might want to know how to get into these niggas' phones without,
Right. And so my thing is like, we go, oh, that's cool.
She can start a business right now.
We go, oh, that's cool. That's Doogie Howser. Hey, the iPhone is a country. You know what I mean? And TikTok is a state. Now, it's a whole state that you leave your child in. It's a state. People are moving in there, talking. There's stranger dangers all around that shit. Yeah. And the idea that you're gonna always be on, if they're addicted to it, the idea that you're always gonna be in front of them, why not just eliminate it altogether and be elite in like the developing of the mind? And so all these kids are having babysitters for the phones now. It used to be the TV. It used to be Zach Morris and fucking, you know what I mean? And like Family Matters and shit. We watched all that. We soaked all that in. We used to have MTV. We used to have BET right after school. You feel what I'm saying? And now that the phone is connected to the to visually killing our kids, we're just going, oh, they're smart. So then Ye does a thing like the STEM player where he has music away from that shit. You want to listen to Lil Baby, you know what I mean? All right, we're not going to stunt you because you're 12, but that doesn't mean you have to go to your Safari and go ham. You know what I mean?
It's going to be hard to shift the narrative. It's like, it's been like this. These kids are like, my grandkids, it's going to be worse. I'm so, like, I'm just like, wow, what is the world going to be like? All the shit we watched from kids, the Jetsons, I remember they said, yo, all of this shit is going to happen. Now they got the meta world. And it's kind of like, if you've seen that movie Demolition Man, the thing, the opulence that we put on our, like, yo, Demolition Man, it was damn near, it was no crimes, no none of that. And so y'all got to watch that.
I agree.
Go watch Demolition.
So where does it start? Where does it start? The chicken or the egg? And that's why I'm here today. Because I was riled up yesterday. I'm not as riled up today. Because with the Ye situation is me. It's this black man. I'm gonna say black man because that's what I am. I'm known as in America, but I'm a Afro Latino African, right? And the only person I have is the woman. This is what we do it for. To protect the home. So I'm asking you, how can we, there's no grandma. Grandma's gone. Like
I got my grandma.
I know your grandma.
Grandma, I love you, grandma.
I'm talking about for the TikTok world.
I'm talking about I have a grandmother for my daughter. That's what exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying that, and the same thing for me. When TikTok was called Musically, I shut it down on my daughter. Like, she's not really into any of this social media stuff because I shut it down. And it's up to us to be those kind of responsible parents, because a lot of those other races, especially in China, their TikTok algorithms are different. They get highlighted and they get likes for doing engineering, not for dancing, not for doing voiceovers from Martin Lawrence movies. They get it for doing things that are like highlighted in their education. So it's like, we have to,
you just said in China, the algorithm there is for kids to be celebrated by their engineering.
Yeah, they doing smart stuff. It's not distracting them to doing dancing. They're doing like math problems. They're doing like,
So it's like back in the day it would be, yo, mom, I went to the court to play ball. And mom would say, which court? You know what I mean? Like, where? Like, where were you? You know what I mean? I understand that you was in the court, but was you in the court on this project or this project? That's what I'm saying about TikTok. TikTok is an app that's owned by China.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Can we run through like 2 or 3 topics before we get out of here? But I just want to say rest in peace to Tracy Braxton.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to say rest in peace to Tracy Braxton. I'm praying for the Braxton family, especially for their mom, Evelyn. Like, it got to be hard it's unnatural. Your kids are supposed to bury you. So any parent that has to bury a child is some like next level shit, really. And so I'm praying, but it's a sad time. I feel like I knew her, even though I never knew her, but I watched the show so much and I just felt like I knew her. And so when I heard the news, it was like, no, that I dead screamed that out in the house, no. And it was just so sad and it touched me. And I just praying for the family and rest in peace to Tracy.
Yes, it's definitely unfortunate. Prayers to the entire Braxton family. What hurt the most, because I too was an avid Braxton family values watcher, was knowing that Tracy always felt like an outsider. Tracy always felt like, she was, sequestered from her sister. She felt like they left her and got to deal without her. And she and Tamar always had their issues. But people that you love hard and you fight hard. So that the love is still there. But it makes you, just pray for them, because that their hearts have to be heavy right now. So just prayers for them. And yes, to Mama Braxton especially, and also to anyone experiencing loss, especially to parents. Shout out to my grandmother, prayers to you, because I too lost a family member just last Sunday. My uncle passed away from cancer as well, and this is my grandmother's second son, and it is very hard. I was just with my grandmother yesterday, and this is what she was saying. Like, she just started thinking about his birth, and like, you don't think when you're looking at that baby that you're gonna look at them in a casket. So prayers to everyone feeling a loss right now. Now, who's not experiencing a loss right now? Will Smith. He said they not taking no L's, and the Smith family don't come to him about no infidelity talk, because when it comes to them, what part of open marriage don't you understand? Let's go to the videotape.
You both have talked very candidly. It's a very famous story, infidelity in the marriage, and how you navigated that time.
There's never been infidelity in our marriage.
Never been infidelity in the marriage?
Never. Jada and I talk about everything, and we have never surprised one another with anything ever.
What you both have talked very candidly. It's a very
so what you're not going to do is play with Jada Pinkett husband. Okay, he said, what part? If you know what's happening before it happens, it's not infidelity. It's called have fun. Okay, so we're gonna go to our guest Albe back. Albe, how you feeling about what Will had to say? Is that a kind of relationship that you are in? Do you agree, disagree?
Yeah, I think you only being cheated you know, it's only cheating if you're being cheated. You know, like if you're being cheated out of the experience or being cheated out of the mental state that you're in, you signed a contract with someone saying that we are going to be on a focus. Now, if this is my focus today, I'm going to talk to you about it. If it's talked about it, then you're not being cheated from the experience. It's just an experience you're going through. I think people get feel pride and about feeling cheated out of an experience. But the truth is, we don't fully own anyone, you know? Like, and we shouldn't, even in marriage, we shouldn't have that idea of slavery still. You know, that's some kind of like, I don't know, man. That's some mindset that was given to us for a specific work reason, as you know what I mean, in America and by Europeans. But the truth is, like the mindset of village is what he was talking about. You know, in my kingdom, we knew what was going on, so there was no cheating me out of anything. And I think more people should take that approach because then you don't feel like you have to have pride and anger, you know, and that devil whispering in your ear, oh, she really meant this and this all this time and all that hurt and pain. That was just an experience that she wanted to experience. And we talked about it way before, she experienced it. So I don't think
So if your wife or your girlfriend or your partner came to you and was like, okay, this guy at the gym, he looking real good, and I want to let you know
right.
that I want to suck his.
Right, my fiance. I think when it comes to myself and any man, you have to cross that bridge when you get to it because you can suppress somebody's feeling in year 1, year 2, year 3, and not make it to year 10. You know what I mean? And then in year 10, you tied so much together, and because you suppressed this idea of what they were supposed to be, because you read it in the Cinderella book, you know what I mean? Now
You dancing. I thought you was
Now he telling facts.
That man not
Let
dancing.
me tell you
You
something.
dancing,
not
so yes.
Facts. He is speaking facts.
I'm talking about specific of where you are in the relationship. People want to be Claire Huxtable and Heathcliff Huxtable in month 6. You have all of the pressures of a 50-year marriage so early in your experience, and if you do that, then you might be, in for later going, oh, I didn't know you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like I'm with you on that one. I feel like society. I used to be that way too. I was in all my other relationships. It's just us. You just talk to me. I want to fight you if different happening. But the thing is, I like to date dancers. So while I'm dating dancers, I'm on the side getting mad when you're making your money, and I'm upset if you gotta go to the lap dance room. You're disrespecting me, or if you to the point where my shorty had a phone. And, the guys have to text. They become your customers. I don't understand that. I'm coming between you and the bag now to the point where I was like, get another phone. Me. You know what I mean? But then it was like, it dawned on me one day. It was like, Chanel, retire her or let that girl get her money. She's with you every night. Y'all with each other every day. You get what I'm saying? I did. And then from there, I had to become open-minded, and I learned a lot of things. Like human beings, not even human beings. Society has put this stigma on relationships. It's just me and you. Don't look at nobody else. It can't be nobody else. And we're human beings. So I'm just simply saying, like, I'm all for monogamy. If I'm in a relationship and you're not for that, then fine. But I'm also with the, like, not being hoes and sleeping with niggas at the gym that I just met. You know what I mean? But it's just like, if we have an understanding, if we talk about things, if it's somebody that's scratching an itch I can't, and vice versa, I don't see what's wrong with that. But if we're together, you don't like that, then I gotta, we here with it.
Or the actual talk, the fact that she came to you and said that. You were able to y'all able to fucking have fun with the idea and never happen.
Mm-hmm.
And but if you have somebody scared to even talk to you about a thought that they had, now they're not being complete and just being a human being experiencing shit. Like, yo, I saw something that was crazy to me. Like I was thinking this, and they can't even talk to you. Now, if something does happen, that's when they keep it from you. You feel
People
what I'm
are
saying?
in whole relationships, living marriages, and they don't really know the person that they with. Because this person cannot listen, I'm telling you this shit. The person can't really be open with the person they with, because people get in relationships for all different kinds of reasons. So at the end of the day, if you get in a relationship and it's not purely based off of love and wanting to be with this person, if you got like stability, money and shit like that, and so you're coming in the game, you coming in the gate not real, you coming in the gate with your mask on, you never really taking it off until you walk outside. When
Baz,
you sit,
Baz, is that not the Cinderella story? Like
yo,
Shorty came to the party looking crazy, right? You know what I mean? Then she went home, right? That was a rented outfit, ma. When I came to you with the glass slipper, I thought I was bringing glass slipper. Cool, fine. I saved you from that shit. Fine. We go live happily ever after. And that's what our young kids are told. But when she gets to the kingdom, she's still fucking with Prince Charming. So he's charming everyone, right? And she's still the chick from the hood that was talking to rats out of nowhere.
Nah, you're annoying.
And
Wait,
you got,
I just want to ask this question before you.
yo, it's like you were wearing a mask,
married.
but we married, and now it's like, woo!
Not the rats.
I didn't know you was charming to everybody.
Not the rats, guys.
Don't forget where you came from, shorty.
I'm gonna tell you one thing though. She gonna clean and she gonna cook and he gonna be well taken care of, because that's all she was doing. And remember, he didn't know her. He chased that bitch because she looked bad. So all he had to do was get her some more glass slippers, get her hair done.
You think that? Yeah, okay.
No, I'm just saying, because that's why he wanted her. He didn't. If it was another reason, I'm just going off that.
Just going off the Cinderella. Going off Cinderella.
I'm going off and Cinderella gonna cook.
She was talking
clean.
to rats.
I need a Cinderella. I want a bitch that's been cooking and cleaning, scrubbing floors her whole life.
Yeah, but
come take care of me.
yeah, for 6 months, it's cool.
That's not gonna work. I need somebody that's now. But I do want to ask this question, because you were talking about this like honesty, and this is a question that we were talking about with Alex from Black Ink. So if your fiance comes home and says, I was about to cheat on you, but then I thought about you and I decided not to do it, and they came back and told you, how would you feel that they were honest? Like, do you feel like that was like worth it, or like, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's respect and loyalty. She respects you enough to tell you what's going on in her brain. You know, nobody can ask for anything less, anything more than that. You know what I mean? The honesty is what it is. I ain't getting angry from that. Hey, listen, unless is he filling the fridge? You know what I mean? Is what he doing? Is he paying for anything? Like, that's when a nigga would get worried. That's when the lion feels like. But if it's just thoughts, I would respect a queen for coming to me and saying, hey, these are my thoughts. You can't ask for anything more than people's, like, you can't even ask for people's attention. The fact that people give you attention is a blessing. You know, the fact that you bought them something or y'all fucked, that doesn't mean that people owe you their attention. And so if they give you something that's in their brain, that's in their secret, you got to look at that as, you got to be honored that they respect you and that they're loyal like that.
The ladies didn't feel like that. Ladies, did he change your mind?
No, I hear him, but I don't know if I'm there yet. I'm still growing as a person, you know. And
Bam, you contradicting.
They was not there.
You're contradicting yourself.
No,
How you
I'm
saying
not.
you want?
No, I'm not.
Oh God.
She said she don't contradict. Okay, she don't do no contradiction. Only contracoochie.
I don't know yet if I'm there. Like, let me tell you why. For me, whatever it is on the table at the beginning is what it is. When you start shaking the table, for me, the legs start falling off. The table start breaking. Don't shake the motherfucking table. We need the table stable. So when we both come to the table, I need to know what it is. And so After that, I'm fine. You can come tell me everything because you told me you type of bitch that tells everything, and I chose to deal with you. But don't come to me 2-3 years later, and now you want to tell me who you are.
Babs,
Like, no.
Babs, you're
Wait,
six.
you want somebody that has to tell you that they honest? I don't want them like.
Babs, your sixth grade boyfriend was the one.
My sixth grade boyfriend?
Yeah,
Hell no.
yeah, but in your mind at the time, like, and then
Not in my mind at the time.
you
Not
knew
the sixth grade boyfriend, not the high school boyfriend.
he was the one.
He was the one, and God bless the day he passed away.
Oh, rest in
And
peace.
then I got my girlfriend. I thought she was the one,
Right.
and then the bitch left. Right, she met some nigga at her job and was out. Right, I said, oh shit. Then
Them job niggas be hitting.
Yeah, what? I told that bitch ain't have a good job though, so he was not hitting. Okay, because if he making what you making, bitch, yeah, y'all are not shaking. Okay.
Yo, it's an effortless bar for me, Babs.
Yeah,
the table's stable.
Yeah. And then the other motherfucker left, and then the other yeah. So at the end of the day,
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're in it, right, to say that, this is the one, but I'm gonna hold information, is like saying that you're always right. You're always right about the one, but
What happens if I try out the truth with you? So I tell you some things and see how you react to the truth. I'm doing this from the very beginning.
From the beginning.
So so we have an understanding. Now, if I tell you something and you lose your goddamn mind, I'm like, oh man, I can't tell you nothing no more. You get what I'm saying? And baby, I love you. So, or will you be like, you did this and did that, and then you be like, okay, well then fine, I won't tell you next time.
You know what?
You get
another
what I
thing.
mean?
Another
It's all
thing,
about how somebody lets you feel comfortable with the truth.
people don't love 100% of you.
I do.
If they did, they don't. Man, they go through your phone.
shit.
If somebody go through your phone and they looking for something, that's just one. That's a percent. You skipped mad texts where I was talking about how much I love you. You skipped mad texts of me working. You skipped mad texts of me crying and depressed. You skipped all that text.
You went through my phone and you was looking for what you were trying to find.
Yo, hold up.
I'm not going through nobody's phone. I don't got time for this.
Hold up. Check this out. This is sidekick days, B. My girlfriend, she said my phone is acting up. My phone broke. She had to go out. I think she was going to work or some shit. I had the new sidekick. So I said, oh, you could use my old sidekick. Not knowing technology, and the bitch put her son. Mad shit popped up. And then she was gone. So I can't even get my shit back. She out with this shit. It hits me. Like, yo, read this shit. I'm fucking having anxiety because I hear she going with this shit. I don't know what's in that phone. I'm like, oh my God. Like, yo. Crazy.
But if you tested her out, like Luck was saying in the beginning, where you was like, yo, then you live so free when you don't have to hide your phone. When you don't have to, it's just such free.
I don't want to hide
It
nothing.
feels so good. We be like, yo, take this picture for me. And it's like, it feels the best in the world. The niggas like, yo, take.
Going through your phone. I'm not going through your phone. You know what I'm saying? It might be some things I don't understand. Like, you get what I'm saying? It might not be, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like, we adults. Some of us still talk to somebody that we used to fuck with 10, 11, 12 years ago. You know what I mean? We friends. Y'all friends. You know what I mean? Y'all might still do a little flirting here or there. It might pay your phone bill here and there. You know what I'm saying? It might be something that I don't understand. But if you're not being unfaithful, I'm not playing. If you're not being faithful or you're being unloyal, that's different. So if you tell me what's happening, like, yo, I got a crush. No, I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about me. I say I'm not going through your phone because I don't know what you're doing because it might be none of my business. If you're here with me every day, loving me up, and you doing everything that you need to, long as you're not being disrespectful and dishonest, whatever's in the dark come to light. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not with the whole. Can I ask y'all on the panel and also the people in the comments? I want to ask y'all this because I asked this question to my shorty. I want to get y'all answer. So it's a show on Netflix called Love Is Blind. Okay, where you meet people and you before you see them, and you gotta fall in love with them before you see them, and then when you see them, you gotta ask them to marry you like immediately, type shit. And then y'all go off and get to know each other. Okay, so the black couple, the girl goes to his house for the first time, and she looks on his dresser and she sees this jewelry box that's engraved with his name. So she said, "Oh, this is nice." He said, "Thank you." She said, "Who bought this for you?" He said, "What? What makes you think somebody bought this for me?" She said, "Because it's engraved. And people usually don't buy engraved things for themselves. It's usually a gift." So then he said, "My ex." And she said, "Now that's a problem for me." And like, she felt like he kept it because it was sentimental to him. And she had already told him, she had already asked him before, is he friends with any of his exes, because she's not really with that.
It's too much, man.
It's too much.
Hold up.
Too much.
They are getting married. Now, for me, if we getting married, we building a life together, I don't need you bringing anything from your past relationships into my house. I don't own any. I'm like, why are you bringing shit that your ex bitch bought you? It's not.
It's for memories. That was a part of your life. Like, that sounds like insecurities.
But that's what she said. It was sentimental.
Yeah.
It's a lot of but no.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's a part of life.
My friend
doesn't mean I'm gonna cheat on you with the jewelry box.
My friend been married for 13 years. She found a book, right? From 20 years ago. She was in high school. It was a book with her and her ex-boyfriend. Now, if it's a book of all those memories, this looks like a memorable book, I'm gonna say throw that shit away. But if it's a gift, a bracelet, or something like that, you can't tell me my possessions and my belongings.
But why can't I keep
pictures? I'm gonna be with you forever.
Why do you bring it? I'm not my wife.
There's a man that took Beyonce to prom. He can't keep that picture because his wife is insecure.
No, all right.
But not my wife.
Babs.
You're not bringing no pictures of your exes into my fucking house.
Babs, what I'm saying is the extreme. That's an extreme. Wait. There's other extremes. Like, I could be like, yo, it's sentimental for me to have a fade because my particular ex-girlfriend loved me having a fade. And that, hold on, I'm just saying, hold on. For me, I could, every time I ask son to give me a fade, I could be thinking of how she thought I was good looking. You feel what I'm saying? Regardless to what, if I'm benefiting from the outcome, if the outcome is benefiting from my future, it's attached to the mountain of me. How dare you pick a rock out and go, no, the mountain should be like this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
How is this jewelry box beneficial to your future?
It's a memory that you want.
Not future.
It's a memory.
It's a collection. No,
Can I ask
that memory so bad? Go back and be with that bitch.
No way.
We can sing together, but we can't talk together. Like Babs said, we need some order. Now, the question I want to ask you is this. Let's say you dating someone and they're in pursuit of acting or, being a rapper or whatever, and they don't make it yet. Now they break up. 5 years later, they're now famous. You can't show them, whether they're on the magazine cover, are you going to be like, oh no, like, don't show me that magazine because that's your ex, like, or change the channel, that nigga can't be on the TV?
You can't live like that anymore.
Listen, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, I don't know how I would feel, to be honest with you. You're not going to keep showing me the picture of you and Beyonce, all right? You're not going to keep...
No, but not even keep showing. Just to have it.
No, you out here killing
them. You could have been with Beyonce.
No, it's 2 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock.
Go find Beyonce and beg her as you. You should be having a picture of me and you all around. Go show all your friends the picture of me and you. You want to show everybody.
It's a time capsule, Babs.
Okay, well, nigga, go back in time. Me right here is a fucking current. Go the fuck back in time.
I don't think you should keep showing the person and say, oh, look, Beyonce. But if you just have like a box of pictures or old photo album, I don't see something wrong with that. I feel like
if you're comfortable. Shit at your parents' house, okay? My father's pictures with his ex-girlfriend was in my grandmother's photo album. He ain't had that shit in the crib with my mother.
But you can have memories. You can't erase my memory.
Me and my baby watched some videos that I found in the computer. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's all about where you at with your security. because we watched the video together. Baby was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? That was something. Oh, you say that to everybody. I was like, no, I don't. You know what I mean? But it was other things. And then after that, me and baby, you know what I'm saying, made our own video. You know what I'm talking about? So it's all about what the item is.
It's about what's in the hard drive.
Yeah, it's what the item is. You can't get.
Yeah, you come out here with a heart chain. You got a chain on with your
all right.
I'm not
From a
saying
man's
my
perspective.
ex bought me this house
Hold on.
this Maybach. It's a fucking bum ass jewelry box. Throw that shit away. I'll get you a new one. Fuck up out of here with that shit.
Nah, I feel you. But my thing is, you're right. A jewelry box is a jewelry box. My thing is, there is also that sometimes people do pass away. And you be like, oh shit, damn.
That's different.
No, also, just saying.
Everybody gonna pass at some point.
Yeah, at some point you be like, oh shit, I threw that jewelry box away. It's just like just trash.
That bitch still alive.
You just never know.
That bitch
You just never know.
There's also
I'm not trying to hear it.
there's also I don't want to level. If I let a little bit of that ego come into my new shit, it becomes territorial where I won't be able to breathe in, like I said, other ideas. Like I got this joint. I play records all the time for my shorty. But like I got this joint where back when me and Luck was dating, right? And so, you know,
you said you were Luck?
Yeah, the recorder was on and we were just having a conversation and I put it on my album. And I don't
what happened with you and Luck?
And I don't let nobody listen to it.
What year was that, Luck?
Do y'all want to hear this?
Yes.
I want to hear about you and
Go
Luck.
grab that audio when you and Lady Luck was dating.
I don't care about none of this other shit.
Okay, Albe Luck. That's
And this
your
is-
name. Y'all Jennifer name is Albe Luck.
Ain't nothing else matters right now.
So right. So when I'm listening back to it, I'm like, damn, it's so personal and so relationshipy. If I let my new thing hear it, she might feel a way about even me being on this podcast, and you would have never got the podcast.
So look, when were y'all dating?
Look. This is.
Give me juice. Yeah, I guess.
Oh shit, it's that serious. Hold on, turn my phone up.
You was just happy. You was just chilling. No, it's all right. I'm gonna go to the kitchen and get you something to drink. All right, cool. Orange juice.
Bitch, that's you.
Wait, no.
Change the channel. What? But what's the attitude? I don't have.
Get your teacups, cause we sipping tea.
Show. You're gonna watch one of your shows. You're gonna drink juice. You're gonna fall asleep, and that's all we're gonna do.
Whoa!
We're gonna come home and we'll probably watch this show.
Whoa.
Ain't you about to make him come home?
What do you mean?
I mean, you don't like you. We're happy though.
Get it, Luck. Get it, Luck.
He's like define happy.
Luck, explain yourself after the audio's done.
That's why I ain't smoking with you. That's why I don't like smoking with you.
I mean, we're bored. I mean, and you're comfortable with it.
It's definitely giving laid in the bed.
Sitting in the house. When we first got together, we did a whole bunch of
Definitely
things. We're everywhere. You're just comfortable with sitting on the couch.
That's
Me
because
on the couch.
timing hit it.
Albe, stop playing with me.
Trying to get it. This is what I'm talking about, guys.
Like, you don't take me anywhere.
What I
You
love
don't treat
is
me
the
nice.
I'm just saying.
I love the receipt. Why you cut him off? Now why you cut that man off?
They said Albe left. It said Albe left.
It didn't say he left. It said Albe got kicked out by Lady Luck.
Yo, fuck that. Bring that nigga back up here.
Bring him back. You are rude.
The bacon egg.
Baby, it's the expose for me. It's the expose for me. David T is piping hot. Get your tea mugs and your teacups from MissLissaKnows.com. Enter the code LUCK and save more than $1, baby. The tea is piping hot. Shout out to our guest, Albe back, because Albe came with a hot pot of tea today.
Albe, now can you please tell these people the truth?
Hey,
The way your cheeks is red.
Love thee, my lady, tonight.
She told me the truth.
Love
we know the
thee, my
truth.
lady.
Albe,
We know
tell
the
these
truth.
people the truth.
She can't even talk.
She can't. I can tell you lying.
That was just a weekend.
You stutter. She lying.
Listen.
She's
Why you being weird to me?
Why you
So the topic was, can I play that for my fiance and her not get feelings and stuff like that?
You can because that is a skit on your mixtape.
That's what we made it. We made it a skit.
No.
Exactly.
It sounded real natural.
It
was giving.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh
that baby is turning red. Look at her cheeks is so rosy, bitch.
That's my baby.
Everybody in the comments, y'all see how red she is?
She turning into goddamn Kris Kringle. She got the rosy.
She's allowed that.
Rosy cheeks.
She's allowed a good weekend.
She's Rosie Perez.
Her cheeks the same color.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Right
She's allowed to play house
What the
with her
fuck is wrong
friends.
with you?
She's the rose that grew from the concrete. That bitch is Rosie. Okay.
Man, this is some bullshit.
No,
stop playing.
No,
Ladies and gentlemen, that is on Albe's mixtape. Y'all can go find that. Y'all can go check it out.
Yeah, it was
okay?
hilarious. I knew that would benefit me one day. It was so funny because I was talking about being like in like relationship, and I love her acting. She's low key a really good actress, and I want to do more work with you, Luck. You're amazing. Yeah, you're amazing. So
you're amazing. You're amazing.
As a friend, she came.
Great actor.
She came. Did you both come?
She conquered.
No. And she conquered. And she conquered. You know who didn't conquer? This is the last story. We're going to do a quick segue into this story. This is one of the craziest divorces of all time. So I'm just going to let the video explain itself, and then we're going to go to our panel for commentary.
This is the craziest divorce of all time, and people can't decide who to support in this case. Back in 1994, Gabriel met Christina at a party, and they really hit it off. They ended up getting married even though she was 30 years younger than him. They were happily married for 20 years, but then Christina decided that she wanted to get a divorce. But when she went to her lawyer, she was shocked to hear that she was already divorced from Gabriel 20 years ago. And this is because 4 months after their marriage, the couple went to the Dominican Republic for a vacation. And Gabriel divorced her there because that's the only country where one party can file for a divorce without informing the other party. And he says he did this because he knew one day Christina would divorce him and try to take all his money. This is the craziest divorce of all time.
Do you think that he did the right thing? Or did he? But wait a second. Did he manifest the divorce because he told the universe it was going to happen?
He's focused.
Shout out to him.
It's funny because we be talking about the universe and shit like that, and then we talk about who we have babies with. There's a fine line between destiny and free will, and his free will protected himself. But if it's destined to happen, it was going to happen, so he protected himself. Has nothing to do with he spoke into the universe because he gave her more good years of chilling.
Hopefully she stacked some of that money. Like, hopefully, if she was smart, she was stacking during the 20 years.
No, she wasn't.
Well, Jay told you put a little in the bag and a little in the purse.
I love her so much.
Because if not, she's fucking stupid, okay?
You supposed to always stash something. That's what Jay-Z said. He said it could be worse.
When you got a man that's rich, you still do what you do. You have your business. You got your own bread because you ain't got to spend your money because he's taking care of you. So now
you hear that?
Yeah, because you have all your kids. That's how it is with my mother. My step pop pays for everything. All her money is her money. Period.
And it's about the unit, and that's what I love about Ye, right? When you look at the Skims and all the shit that he helped, he's like, all right, I got me, I got you. You know what I mean? When you hear Nicki say, man, I was gonna come out with a Yeezy sneaker, and he was like, nah, I just want to kind of like, I respect for my wife, because if I give you my all, I should give that to my wife.
Yeah.
And then you see things like this. That's why it's dope that he documents it. That's why he's dope that he says it out. Because if you see the timeline, That's crazy. Somebody willing to give you your own, willing to be that in the middle of a divorce. Divorce is fucking hard as shit. Like you were saying earlier. Like
I
so.
made you. Why would I play you?
I made you. So why would so the Dominican? You go to the Dominican Republic. It's up to you now. If you're gonna cheat me out of something, I already, you know what I mean. I'm ahead of you, Tutu. Whole lot.
Exactly. Now she like, look.
He was
Speaking
focused
of
because
look.
he was 30 years older.
Huh?
He was focused because he was 30 years older. So
That's
he knew.
it.
Well, he already knows. Speaking of 30 years older, Stevie J was in an interview with someone he might be 30 years older than, but he was having some freaky, sneaky behavior going on during the interview. Some are saying he was getting fellatio, while others were saying it was simply a hand job. Take a look.
I think you addressed everything. I really appreciate the fact that you decided to do that. So in the very beginning, speaking of reality TV, one of the things that stuck out to me is when you said that I was real on Love and Hip Hop because of the fact that I'm gonna be me at 100 all the time. And you talked about in the first couple of scenes, the first few years that you were walking, because you didn't have a car.
How's this right here?
Yep, Stevie.
See this body right here?
Hold on, wait. It's a hair right there. Hold on. One of the things, you come from a big family. You have a lot of siblings, and you also
So do you feel like, is Stevie J the GOAT, or is Stevie J gross? Is he disrespecting black media, or is that just
Shout out
him being a rock star? We'll go to you, Albe, or lady.
Shout out Sue Surf. He's the GOAT. He's in the comments. Listen, I have gotten the same thing going on in the interview. It just wasn't like that. Like, he's all in the bed and all of that. But I definitely have I have fun during the interviews, because these things they might impose on your time sometime. You know, you might forget you had the interview, you don't want to cancel it, but you was already involved in something. Don't say gross. Shut up. Don't, you know what I mean? But I have definitely he's not disrespecting black media.
So wait, during Zoom interviews, you're out here getting freaky, sneaky. Like, what are you doing right now while we're on Bacon, Egg, and Cheese? Let me put the camera down.
No, we're not doing anything right now during Bacon, Egg, and Cheese, but I've had toys on during the show and everything.
Yeah.
Wait, you said what?
I remember that episode.
Yo, Albe?
Because I knew that grin on your face. I seen it. Yo, listen, when it comes to really sidebar, really quick, we could talk about this. It's interesting, not really, but I think Cortez is going to 3-0 this situation. That's how I feel.
Oh, Sue Surf is he still in here?
Oh, really? Is he? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Cortez 3-0. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's just, I mean, I'll give Sue the first round. But other than that, and it's a beta.
So you're saying it could be 2-1, not 3-0. It could be 2-1.
If there's a possible to be like 3 in a complimentary one because we thought he did good, you know what I mean? But it's Cortez all the way. Is where my money's at. I just want to say that. Just want to put that there.
I'll definitely send that.
It's the sidebar for me.
Yeah.
Yo, but how do you feel about the topic, Albe? Do you feel like Stevie J was disrespecting black media? Because he would never do that in an interview with Barbara Walters. You would never do that on
Barbara Walters ain't doing no Instagram.
I'm talking hypothetically. He would never
no,
do that.
There's no, but see, that's what I'm saying. You can't hypothetical that person in that scenario, because if Barbara Walters did Zoom him, we don't know. Son might be like, yo, I'm getting bopped while talking to Barbara. And that's a Barbara.
Shout out to Stevie J.
I love Stevie J. He's funny. You can check out my interview with Stevie J by going to my website, MissLissaKnows.com, and just get all into that interview, because I almost got on the bus. Seriously.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, Stevie J had a sex tape out years ago with Eve. And, you know,
if you've
seen it, you've seen it. This was back in the days when sex tapes wasn't popping. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was big news back then. Like, oh shit, like, you know.
Are you bringing it back up to because you feel like the competitive female rapper in you wants to take a shot at Eve?
No, I love Eve.
Oh, we love Eve.
I love Eve. but it happened. You know
Especially
what I mean?
Christmas
And
Eve.
it's not a bad thing. It was her man. You know what I'm saying? They
I'm
was in
not.
a relationship, and you know, people have sex. You know, and so it was good to see Eve because we only got to see the pores. You know, all the other time we wanted to see like you know what's going on. So it was nice to see that. You know.
And she seemed happy. Do
Yeah.
you think who do you have, Eve or Remy?
As
Lyrically,
far as what?
as far as lyrics. Pen.
Yeah, ladies, who do you have?
As far as pen, I got Rim. As far as pen, I do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All the way.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think will win a dance battle?
I'm just saying. I feel like
Me.
I feel like the best Eve verse to me is on the Roots. Like I really have. I mean, I think her
didn't even know who
pocket
that
and her
was.
flow is good. I think her pocket and her voice is. You can't. Her voice is. I just never really. I haven't really heard a line. I think like even on the show, I think Brandy kind of like I love how Brandy carries that show. Like to me, I'm not dissing her. I'm just saying like as an MC, I'm an MC. Like
I
I'm
love
just
that. I love Eve. I love all the women. I don't even know you and I hate you. See, all I know is that my girlfriend used to date you. How would you feel if she held you down and raped you? We love you, Eve. Who's that girl? Eve's that girl. Eve's that girl. Okay, we love Eve. Remy, we love you too. Okay, we love all of the female rappers. We're not going to do that on Bacon, Egg, and Cheese because we are the platform. What?
Two of the greatest female rappers on the stage. I have to.
I mean, they just listen.
No, but you see, Luck ain't want to answer. She still ain't answer. So what you not gonna do is put her in no compromising position. Now that she just started talking to Remy, now she gotta say that she think Eve is a better rapper. So stop it.
I just spoke to Remy. Remy is better than Eve.
Lyrically.
Yo, sidebar.
You didn't want to say that though.
Sidebar. On my Simon Says remix, right? I said, Summer's Eve, I dropped degrees, chill, come 4x4, lose one like Drew Hill. You know, Eve thought I was rapping to her. And so she had dissed me in one of her verses. And I had to, when I saw Eve, I had to let her know, like, sis, I wasn't talking about you.
What was the line she said against you?
Oh, baby, please, I don't know.
The face screwed up like you having high flashes. Which one? Pick one.
No. It was, I forgot. It was like somebody's
fucking dead. Yo.
They want to. Nah.
No, but we love you, Albe. I gotta get out of here. I have a meeting at 2:30. Y'all more than welcome to stick around and you can chat with them, but I have to get out of here. To everyone, make sure you hit the link in Bab's bio. We got Panic Room 6, March 26th is going down in the BX. She said that the ring is coming back. It's the return of the ring, Bab. Let them know.
March 26th is going down live in New York City in the BX, the return of the ring. Queen of the Ring, Panic Room 6, main event, 40 bars versus Talk of the Town, Coffee Brown. Tickets are on sale right now. Hit the link in my bio. Get you a ticket. Make sure you in the building because you want to shake the ring. You want to bang on the ring. You want to be there live. You know what I'm saying? And we all know if you don't have to live in New York City, it's nothing to get a plane ticket. Come on, y'all. Come travel. Get your life. You know what I'm saying? Pull up on the Queen. And let's hear some hot bars. It's going down. Queen of the Ring, QOTR. You already know. Give it up for the lady.
That's right.
Yes,
Lucky, you have any plugs you want to give the people before we get out of here?
Yeah, check my page. You know, we got Lucky CBD, we got Lucky Crowns, we got Lucky Punch. We doing all that. I just did a partnership with an eyeglass company, so we're about to come out with some shades. Yeah.
I have shades already.
Well, we'll be selling different shades, Miss Lissa. And, you know, shout out to Albe back. And you already know, shout out to Lucky Sounds. We're getting all these music placements, so make sure y'all link with your girl and get on board. Yeah.
That's right, everybody. And don't forget to hit the link in my bio. Wait. Today, I'm going to be in Harlem at Harlem Nights on 137th and 8th Avenue doing stand-up comedy. I also have a show on the 19th of this month. And on June 19th, I'm so excited. I'm going to be at Caroline's Comedy Club. And check out my column, The MILF Manual. We have changed the meaning of MILF to Mom Independently Living Fabulous. So if that's you, we need to build. So just hit the link in my bio, check out my website, enter the code Albe, and I'll be sending you some product for the low. You're going to get a discount. I am Miss Lissa, and I approve this message. Albie, do you have any shout outs before we go?
Yeah. Shout outs to my fiance and my daughter and my family. Shout outs to, the topic today, because I really feel like Black women should stand up for Black men in these moments. If it is public, let's try to change the narrative and how we treat each other and how we co-parent. Let's be there for each other. Let's, because, manipulation is trash. And just overall family, down to one, down to two, like down to one, please, is nominated for Grammys. So look out for that in April. And the idea that we can talk, to our moms and our grandparents and our kids in a dope way, in a new way, so we can be stronger as our people go on. I love you, ladies, and I can't wait to I can't be in the BX, but I'm gonna promote it as much as I can to all my family to go out there.
Yes.
But I got you. I can't wait to jump. I can't wait to get in the ring.
Listen, let me know when you're ready. But let me say this real quick before we go about what you said. Yes, ladies, we need to stand up for our Black men, but I need our Black men to stand up for our Black women as well. I want to feel safe. I should feel like I could walk down the street at 3, 4, 5 in the morning and there's Black men outside, and I should feel safe because there's Black men outside. And I need these good fathers to encourage these deadbeats to be good fathers. And you should not be friends with a deadbeat, like dead ass. And so that's what I got to say about that. Shout out to Monica in the comment. Let's not forget, she bought a ticket. She cannot make it. And so she said, Babs, please give away my Queen of the Ring ticket. And so if you want this ticket, I want to give it to a real super fan. I need you to DM me. Tell me that you are a fan, how long you've been a fan, and why you deserve to get this ticket. And you might get the ticket.
And you better be following Queen of the Ring also. Make sure you're following Queen of the Ring. Make sure you're subscribed to her YouTube channel because she's gifting you a ticket. And shout out to you, Monica. That's such a Leo thing to do, to give your ticket away. You're so sweet.
Can I do that? Can I sponsor? I'll sponsor a ticket.
Yes, definitely.
Look at you.
Oh, for sure.
It's the support for me. Everyone, please support Lady Luck and her new ventures. Don't forget to hit the link in her bio. Get your tickets for Queen of the Ring and go to MissLissaKnows.com and see all we have to offer. Albie is Grammy. He got Grammys and he's doing a lot of things. So tap in with Albie as well. And we'll see everybody on Wednesday. Until next time, Al.
Yeah.